All right. Windy day out on the hike. Let's talk about the everyday carry and why using something that you are well familiar with, something that you uh, have in your hands all the time, is the best solution when you're creating personal brand content. Typically, what you want to do is you want to be doing some video journaling or always capturing what you're doing. I think the idea is that whatever you do at work, whatever your special process that you're typically doing, make sure that you're documenting that. And it's really tough to do that when you have to fiddle around with a camera, or if you want to go on a hike on your work break, or if you're having a meeting, or if you're out creating some artwork somewhere, or if you're in your studio. You don't want to set up a separate camera system just to grab some content to use later, especially if you're not sure exactly how to use it. So this is the everyday camera, carry or camera situation. In your everyday camera carry, what you're considering here with an iPhone, especially the newest one, you have a built-in mic. That's fantastic. Oh, let's get that. Okay, with the iPhone, especially the iPhone 16 Pro, you have a built-in mic that is just fantastic. So you can speak at a normal volume. You don't have to worry about getting mic'd up, making sure the mic is actually picking up the audio. I've had that happen a few times where I plugged in a lavalier mic only to discover that it was not filming. Unfortunate, right? Like that was that was a lot of practice to have no audio. It really sucked. I don't know how it's performing right now. It's pretty windy where I am. It's a decent sized winter storm coming in. Finally getting away from that fall situation. All right. So that's the first thing about having like a phone, mobile device as your everyday camera carry. The second reason you want to have it as your everyday camera carry is already in your hand. You can choose if you want to do 4K, if you want to do a lower res, and then of course, knowing how you're going to use this. Is this going to be horizontal? Is it going to be vertical? Knowing what your mediums are going to be, what channels you can primarily using. So this is a great content creation tool for personal brand because you always have it with you. Now, I was rolling into work, wanted to grab some video. My first ride in when it was raining. It was a bit too rainy for me. Gotta be honest, it was a bit much. However, got that content. As soon as I show up to work, I am the documentarian. I do some internal, content creation for my day job at Patagonia. There was a horse on campus, and I had totally forgotten about it. But because I had my everyday carry on me, I was able to go ahead and capture everyone petting that. There's a few different projects that we're working on, so I was able to grab those. That's the beauty of having some of this as your everyday carry. Now, what you want to do is make sure that you are an expert at your tool, okay? Get your settings set up so that way you don't have to fiddle with them later. The worst thing you can have is not having what you actually need, not having a file system, not being able to find your actual pieces of content. So take the time, organize things by folders, by likes, organize things by projects. There's a philosophy called the pillars of pipelines and vaults. So, make sure that you're aware of what you're going to use with us. That way, later on, when you want to drop a piece in, you don't have to go, oh man, I could really use something like this. I wish I had done this. And also, this is a great B-roll camera. So can't really beat that. Now, there are things that you want to keep in mind as your everyday carry. If you're going to be utilizing the video content that you're capturing from this and you don't want it to be obvious that you got it on your iPhone, what you have to do is you have to have your settings set up so that way it's a flatter profile, shooting ProRes RAW. All right. So don't set up the HDR like we have right now. This is like a regular camera wouldn't be able to get this dynamic range. So keep that in mind that, this camera does do a lot of work in software. So if you don't want your software doing all the heavy lifting, or you want to be able to integrate it with another camera system, really look into that. That's a different level. This is that point where you really want to start looking at, do you want somebody else to help you with your content creation for your personal brand? is your personal brand actually producing the results that you're looking for? Or do you really need to work more on your business brand, on your professional reputation, and on your systems before you're concerned about building a personal brand? Because if you build a personal brand and you can't deliver, that will be your personal brand, is that you're the one that can't deliver. So make sure you got your things tight before you start getting silly. All right, this hike is done. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you learned something for this one here. Uh, don't have another video for you to watch, but these are going to continue happening. Ranger out.